Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. And in our top stories today from the Daily Caller, Democrats weaponize Portland's sprawling bureaucracy to undermine ICE. And I think what's significant about this article is how it specifically pinpoints laser focuses on what the Democrats are actually doing. And that is what we have talked about here on the BuzWeaver channel. They are appeasing and appealing to a certain group of individuals. Like we saw, for example, when the establishment provided the left with a platform, and of course from there they hijacked our culture, our institutions, and our justice system. And now trying to unwind that is like trying to take down this huge monster, because once they cross that line, it is very difficult, as they say, to put the genie back in the bottle, or toothpaste back in the bottle, because it's already out there. They're already protesting. They're doing their thing. They want to keep doing their thing. I'm not even sure what it is they're really trying to achieve outside of just having their own power and having everyone else subscribe to their ideology, philosophy, and worldview. So Portland officials are weaponizing the city's uniquely onerous zoning laws in their bid to stop immigration and custom enforcement crackdown against illegal migrant criminals. Isn't that interesting? That they're mentioning, well, of course, in this article in Daily Caller, they're going to call it like it is, and that is illegal migrant criminals. But that's the fact that Democrats are siding with criminals, basically, right? I mean, that's what they're doing. And as we've said here on the BuzWeaver channel, the Democrats are trying to appeal to them, right? Because the criminals, their families, and their friends and so forth probably vote Democrat, most likely. Under pressure from protesters and liberal constituents, Portland leaders are using zoning laws to disrupt federal immigration officials nestled within the high-rise South Waterfront district, according to the New York Times. The city sent a violation notice to the ICE building's owner and may revoke the agency's permit for the building altogether. So here they are, of course, as we've always talked about when it comes to Lawfare. They're finding any way and every way to kind of weasel their way with Lawfare and use laws, existing laws, zoning, whatever they got to do, like they say here, their onerous zoning laws, to take down what they perceive to be their enemies. And it's extraordinary, is it not? Because ICE is immigration and custom enforcement, which means they can really go anywhere in the United States to enforce immigrations, because if you're here illegally, that's exactly what their job is. But of course, I think this solidifies the fact that the Democrats intentionally and willfully encouraged individuals to come to this country, as Hillary Clinton likes to say, replenishment, because they're going to distribute these people, of course, right? When it comes to how they distribute it for zoning, and in this case, they're talking about zoning here, but I'm talking about like how we've talked about how they establish seats, as well as how they establish electoral college votes, right? So they distribute the people so they can increase the seats, and of course now they're complaining about the Republicans doing gerrymandering in Texas and other states. But hey, this is permissible. This has been going on for a long time. The Democrats have out-gerrymandered themselves. But, of course, we can see just across X, for example, that the protests really have been going on since George Floyd, as we talked about here quite often, or just recently when it's come to a lot of these ICE protesting, is that, they just shift from one idea to the other idea, to one narrative to another narrative, because the whole entire idea, of course, is that you must subscribe to their ideology, philosophy, or worldview, or you're canceled. Thankfully, Donald Trump is the president, and now, of course, they realize that they don't have the full weight of the presidency and the administration to force people into situations and circumstances to appease their will. But nonetheless, you can always go through and see here on X. And you have Nick Sorter, who went through that whole situation where he was actually arrested there. That's being addressed, and the city is being sued for having arrested him. And you can just see like where these areas are, and now they're just trying to push ICE out by using weasel lawfare there in Portland, which is of no particular surprise. And of course, if you want to cover or learn about anything involving Portland and the activities that go there when it comes to protests, of course, you can always go to Andy Doe here on X, because he's been covering Antifa and the activities in Portland for a long time. So you can always check that out. But nonetheless, guys, I welcome your thoughts and comments down in the published section there. I don't know why I call it that. It's the comment section, on what you think is actually going on. And the Democrats, are they not now showing their hand when it comes to the selective groups of people that they particularly want to protect, who believe that need special rights, special protections, the DEI, the affirmative action, all of the identitarianism and intersectionality and all that's going on? do you now see, of course, I'm sure many of you do, but your friends and so forth that you engage with, do they now see what's actually happening with the Democrats? And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in the midterm, to be totally honest, when it comes to all this. And things are still looking, though, they're going in Trump's direction. But, of course, the media has to make it look like, for example, with No Kings that we just covered on Monday, they just have to make it look like they're the ones that are winning. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for your continued support. That's BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey. And, of course, everyone here on YouTube for your guys' continued support. It's been amazing. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. Of course, below this video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to, as well as my affiliate marketing links. It helps out the channel, but of course, your likes, your shares, and your comments do that just as much, especially here on YouTube with the satisfaction algorithm. So appearing there on the screen for all of you watching on YouTube, that would be the channel icon with the avatar there. You can click on to subscribe, as well as to select notification. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.